Hey guys, it's the end of another month, and with that there have been 4 new movies that I can cross off my bucket list. So if you saw my last video, I said I was going to watch The Last Emperor, couldn't find it, and I switched that up with Ex Machina, which was on Amazon. But nonetheless, I watched 4 movies this month. I'm here to discuss them with you and let you know what I thought of them. First movie I watched was Martin Scorsese's Cape Fear. I always say that I'm not the biggest fan, but then again I haven't seen all of his films, so here I am giving it a try. So Cape Fear is about this lawyer played by Nick Nolte, and he defended this criminal a long time ago who was charged with sexual assault. Nick Nolte doesn't win the case, and so the guy has to go away to jail for many years. This guy is played by Robert De Niro, and as you can imagine, he's quite a crazy criminal. So he's done his time, he's out of prison, and now he wants to go and, take his revenge on the lawyer who maybe didn't defend him rightfully and maybe hid some evidence because he thought this guy really did deserve to go to prison. So now, Nick Nolte, you have to face Robert De Niro's wrath, and nobody wants to face that. The movie is a very typical thriller, sort of mysterious kind of movie, and it kind of has a very cheesy aspect to it, and I don't know if Martin Scorsese just was experimenting with different directing skills, or maybe he was just trying to emulate or pay tribute to these very dramatic zooms and just like the way you remember crime movies and thriller movies from long ago. I can't tell you if that adds or detracts from the experience. I can say the performances were really good. For a movie about a crazy psycho killer who is trying to stalk these people, I thought it was very entertaining. He is clearly a terrible person from the very beginning. Like, there's no doubt that Robert De Niro's character is just awful. But yet he's so clever, and he's constantly trying to prove himself that he's not just some piece of crap from Georgia who, committed a crime. Like, he's just as smart or as quick or even worse than these lawyers and, the justice system. I do recommend it. It was really fun to watch. It is creepy in many places, but I think that's kind of what makes this a fun view. I wouldn't say fun, but an interesting movie to watch. The second movie I watched was Harold and Maude, and I've been wanting to watch Harold and Maude for quite a while. I just didn't know what I was going to expect, and it was definitely not this. The movie is super quirky. If you don't know what Harold and Maude is, it's basically this story that tells the relationship between a teenager and I think a 70-year-old woman, maybe 80-year-old, oh god, I don't remember, but she's very old, and the age gap is humongous, and they fall in love, and they have a relationship. So Harold is a very eccentric kid, to say the least. Harold is always portraying his suicide to his family, well, to his mother, and you kind of get the sense that she really no longer cares, like she's indifferent to it, because he seems to do this all the time. You're not sure if it's to get a reaction from someone, you don't know if it's because it's bored, so a very long period of the movie is just these very odd scenarios accompanied by Cat Stevens music. So for a while I was like, what am I watching? What is this? And then Maude comes into the picture, and they have such lovely chemistry. Harold can really be himself around her, and he's finally around someone who's lively and colorful and doesn't seem to care about what people care about in his age, which is to find a college or a girlfriend or get married or find a decent job. He just is living when he is with Maude. The movie is definitely very weird, and a lot of people might not like it, but it has a very sweet moment that it just grabbed me out of nowhere. There's a scene where they're both talking, and Harold has always been kind of quiet around Maude, and he suddenly starts speaking, and he starts explaining why he does the things that he does. And he has this very intimate moment where I think he says, I just really enjoyed being dead, like why he's portraying all these like suicides. And it just really touched my heart in a way I wasn't expecting. I can't relate to it, but yet there's something so universal about his feeling of being numb, of feeling dead, and being used to it, of not really trying for anything, and then Maude just reminds him constantly that you have to live, you have to go out there and do it, because we have plenty of time to be dead, and it's not now. The time is not now. The time now is to live. I absolutely recommend it if you do enjoy these kind of very crazy, eccentric 70s movies. I think you will like it. It's not the strongest movie I've seen, but it just really touched my heart, and I think I'm always going to remember Harold and Maude with a lot of tenderness. The third movie I watched was The Edge of Tomorrow, because everybody has recommended it to me, and it's like the best movie they saw from Tom Cruise in a really long time, and the best action movie in a really long time, so finally watched it. I have to say, I was a little bit worried that the concept was a little tiring, you know, the repetition of the same day for whatever reason. And then I realized I had no idea what this movie was about. I knew he was going to repeat the same day over and over again, but I didn't know why. And that happened to be very interesting. So basically, there has been an alien invasion, and Tom Cruise is sort of the representation of the military. He's more of a PR guy, like he's just a big smile and just reassuring everybody in the press that everything is okay when it's not. For reasons unknown, he now has to be in the battlefield. He's not trained in combat. It's been a very long time, but he has no choice. So now he's going to train in these super cool metal gear outfits against these sort of Matrix-looking aliens. And again, for reasons unknown, Tom Cruise keeps reliving the same day over and over again, which happens to be a very crucial battle against the aliens, which can either save humanity or just be the complete invasion and death of all the humans. Tom Cruise is fantastic doing what he does. The suits are really cool. I thought the cinematography and the design was awesome. And Emily Blunt is just amazing. I have no words. Emily Blunt is just one of my favorite actresses. I love everything she does, and I love seeing her in a more badass action movie. It suits her perfectly. I thought she was tough in all the right moments, and confused and sweet in all the right moments. Great movie. Definitely one of the best action movies I've seen in quite a while. The fourth movie I saw was actually a movie from last year that, again, everybody recommends and everybody told me to watch it, and that is Ex Machina. And I don't know if it's because everybody recommended it to me or because I've heard such great things about the movie all the time, but Ex Machina, to me, was just like, okay. I know, I'm gonna get a lot of crap about this because I understand why people like the movie. There's definitely lots to love. But I just feel like it was the same AI movie, but just a better design. So to me, it was kind of underwhelming. In case you haven't seen it yet, the story is about this kid who wins a contest to visit the guy who owns this mega company that he works in. It's kind of ambiguous what he does, but basically he's been a genius his entire life. He's a prodigy. So the kid goes to his house, which is in an amazing secluded nature place, and he finds out that he's there to test the first AI that this guy has created. So basically the kid is going to do the Turing test on this AI, and that is to make sure that you are aware or not aware that you're talking or communicating with an artificial intelligence. The AI is played by Alicia Vikander, and yes, she was fantastic. The design of the robots is just amazing, and it's great to see their conversations and sort of how she teases him and plays with him. But at the same time, you start realizing that maybe the purposes of this creator, played by Oscar Isaac, are not as well-intentioned as the kid hopes. Maybe he's not as cool as he seems to be. Maybe there's a reason why he picked him specifically for this test. And so it becomes kind of like a mystery, kind of spooky film involving AI and technology. I think they did a good job in keeping you intrigued, and it's sort of definitely more eerie than other AI movies that I've seen. But in the end, I don't feel like they explored anything new. We're still talking about the same kind of concepts about AI. It's just a cooler design. The cinematography was very sleek and beautiful, and there's just such a strange atmosphere to the whole movie. I think it's a movie worth watching. I think there's a lot to appreciate about it, but it definitely is not one of my favorite movies of last year, and I'm just not on the same boat with everybody that this movie was just amazing. Alright, so let's see what we got. Oh my god, so old. We got From Here to Eternity. Wow. French Connection. Rocky. Okay, so we're seeing Rocky 3. And one more. Oh, My Neighbor Totoro! So excited to see this. So excited. I will tell you what I think about them as the month goes by via Twitter or on Instagram. My username is @CineClubChannel on both, so if you want you can follow me there. Comment if you've seen these movies. I would love to know what you think about them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for movie reviews and other shenanigans like this one, and I will see you on our next movie date. Bye! Have a good month, and a good week, and a good day. Bye!